What's up? Hey, what's good? What's poppin'? I am Miss Berry. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys for sliding through and coming to kick it with me. As you guys can see from this title, we getting right back up into today. Candace Owens clashes with Black Lives Matter activist part 2. You know, I know it's like you guys didn't get it the next day. I kind of had to. It's just been a lot going on between me and YouTube, but either or, however you want to say it, it's here, y'all. It's cold, so I'm a little wrapped up today. I'm pretty upset because my cat tore a hole in my cord to my headphones, y'all, and I was wondering why I couldn't hear nothing. So now I'm using an alternative blue cord until I can get another white one, but that's so beside the point, y'all. But anyway, I'm ready to go ahead and get up into this part 2 to see what's going on, because it got a little heated. And if you guys didn't see part 1, then stop this video, go watch part 1, and then come back with us. So I'm not really gonna do too much talking. I don't know why I just did my hand like that. Give myself a concussion. All right, y'all. So my headphones on right. My hood a little lopsided, but I don't care. I'm cold. Okay, y'all. So let's go ahead and press play.
But first, I need to talk to you about where you're buying your meat. As we all know, misinformation is everywhere in our culture, but what most of us are unaware of is that misinformation has invaded the grocery store. Did you know that meat labeled product of the USA is more often from overseas and from the US farms and ranches? That's why Good Ranchers was founded. They sell 100% American meat. They connect you to local American farmers so you know what you're buying and trust what you're eating.
Or should I just not skip it?
With Good Ranchers, you can cut through the noise and misinformation to take back control of what you buy. Don't bring mystery meat into your home. Have the confidence you want in every bite of chicken, seafood, and steak by ordering Good Ranchers today. At half the price of those other online meat companies, you can get steakhouse quality you deserve at a price everybody can afford. Go to goodranchers.com and save on each box of 100% American delicious meats. Right now, get $20 off and free express shipping if you go to goodranchers.com/Candace and use
that the government has done. I'm saying, what are the things?
Go to goodranchers.com and save on each box of 100% American delicious meats. Right now, get $20 off and free express shipping if you go to goodranchers.com/Candace and use code Candace at checkout. That's $20 off and free express shipping at goodranchers.com/Candace and use code Candace at checkout.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me roll away to another day. I need to get my juice because my mouth is parched. All right, y'all.
That the government has done. I'm saying, what are the things that Black people have to be responsible for? Personal responsibility. When it comes to education, when it comes to showing up at the school board, when it comes to teaching your children at home, and when it comes to being married and having children in a stable home. All of those things are personal responsibilities that the Black community have to be responsible for as well. I mean, you're talking about government entities. That's not everything. When you talk about people not getting access to loans, that's not every Black person. When you talk about education system being flawed in the Black community, that's not every Black person. You have a lot of
Wait. See, this is why I have to talk over
sorry,
people.
y'all.
You don't have to.
You said something that warranted a response. You said something that warranted a response.
I just add one sentence to Brandon. I was just going to say, Brandon, did you know that in another Thomas Sowell book, that it actually tells you that Black people are more likely to be declined from a bank that's a Black-owned bank rather than a white-owned bank? Did you also know that that Asians are accepted at a higher rate than white people in this country? I learned that in a Thomas Sowell book. I just wanted to add those little tidbits.
Here's what it is. This is American politics, right? People with their views want to shout at people instead of allowing them to make their points. This is the problem.
Sound good.
This is the absolute problem. You said I had to go all the way back.
He's going to be so
You had to go
confused.
all the way back to the 1930s, but I made a point about failing schools across the country right now. He said something about Black accountability, and as I sat here and described a program that is unlike any other in the country, Black opportunities, that is like any other in the country, that is unlike any other civil rights organization in America, when I'm trying to lay that down to you, when I'm trying to tell you how I could start teaching kids about tech, how I could start getting people vocational skills from early on, giving kids an education outside of what they're dealing with in these garbage schools. When I start talking about that, I get cut off.
You constantly think that you're in this victim mentality.
I'm
but
in
we're
a victim
actually
mentality.
Just trying to have a
Meanwhile,
conversation.
Trump supporters have been crying since he lost the election. You're such a hypocrite.
Okay.
People have been running around, oh, the election was rigged. Oh, there's something wrong here. I'm like, oh my God, isn't this what they accused us of doing?
Well, didn't the Democrats do that when in 2016? They had a whole Russia collusion investigation for 3 years?
Yeah. But guess what? I'm not a fan of the Democratic Party.
Me neither.
I am a follower of Malcolm X, who said that the Republicans were wolves and the Democrats are wolves in sheep's clothing.
And what does Black Lives Matter?
What does Black Lives Matter? Now,
an organization controlled by white Democrats.
Now you have to really understand there's a hierarchy to Black Lives Matter. There is Black Lives Matter Global. That's whatever they're doing over there. Then there are the people who go outside, who watch someone like George Floyd being murdered on television, who watch people like Eric Garner being choked to death. You have people like that who just go out, who it hurts, and just want to go outside and say, stop the racism. And then you have independent organizations like ours, like Black Lives Matter Greater New York, who operates in a very effective way. Nobody will tell you we fed 15,000 people last year in the height of COVID. Nobody will tell you that we raised that money without the help of New York City government. Nobody will tell you that I opened the only Montessori school in the Bronx, New York. School systems are failing. We created a school that caters to the needs of our children. Those are the things that don't make the news because they're not clickbaits. Like, Candace, we get crazy. It's cool. But when we talk, we talk. When we talk, right?
I'm totally
the bottom line
right now.
is,
I just really want to get to my other 4 topics.
Are you going to piggyback?
So I'm going to switch the topic.
I don't know, guys. I just felt like, I don't know. Like, Candace is, you know what I'm saying? She be knowing what she be knowing. She be coming with them receipts and stuff like that. But it's just be certain little things that she do that I just do not like. That's just me as a person, just my opinion. Not saying that, oh, I don't like Candace. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say I didn't like Candace. It's just certain stuff that she do. This little black hair. I don't really like. I just felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like he was being negative, you know, in a way when he said that. But I just felt like it could have just been, you know, him trying to squash or calm or whatever. But I understand, you know, it's certain things that she has on her list that it has to be talked about. The show is a certain time. Like, I understand all of that, but I just felt like just certain things are just unnecessary. And this is not his first time on the show, so I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I haven't seen the first time he was on the show, so I can't really, you know, speak on it too much. I probably need to go check it out. But yeah, that's just all that I'm gonna say.
The board.
Y'all, please don't be yelling at me about what I said, because I did not say I didn't like Candace. I just don't like some of the stuff that she be doing. Like, I guess just, I don't move like that. Or, you know, like, just certain stuff. Like, I mean, you know, like, we all human. We all don't act the same. So it is what it is. It's just my opinion.
Patrol. And let's watch, obviously, the media said that Haitians were being whipped. And you can actually see the photo, which we're going to pull up here. Haitians being whipped on the border. This went viral, and this inspired a very big reaction from our politicians. We can actually cut to seeing some of Kamala and Maxine Waters responding to this picture.
I was outraged by it. It was horrible and deeply troubling. There's been now an investigation that is being conducted, which I fully support, and there needs to be consequence and accountability. Human beings should not be treated that way, and as we all know, it also evoked images of some of the worst moments of our history, where that kind of behavior has been used against the indigenous people of our country, has been used against African Americans during times of slavery.
And we can also, Maxine, who's always got something to say.
What the hell are we doing here? What we witnessed takes us back hundreds of years. What we witnessed was worse than what we witnessed in slavery. Cowboys with their reins again, whipping black people, Haitians, into the water where they're scrambling and falling down when all they're trying to do is escape from violence in their country.
Well, let me tell you, I love this so much because it provided the perfect cover. There was so much pressure mounting on Democrats to answer for why, our country is currently being invaded, right, at the border. And they see this photo and they go absolutely crazy. And it was a great story. The only problem with it was that it didn't happen. So Black Lives Matter released their 990 IRS
what is the
filing.
odds
They
that we
collected
watching Candace and
$80
Candace?
million.
But I've already did this trailer,
Where is that
guys.
money?
If you guys have not seen my reaction to the trailer, go look at it.
So what were your thoughts when you saw this? What's your opinion on this story?
Well, first of all, I heard it come out in the news that they were whipping people, and I said, that seemed way too juicy. You know, and my whole thing, if it's too juicy, let me do some research. So all I did was do a little research, looked at the pictures. I looked at a cowboy online, and they were talking about how they use split reins, the dynamics of split reins, how the horse, is maneuvered with the reins. And it's clear that they weren't whipping people. It's clear that that's not a tactic taught by the Border Patrol agents. All of that is very clear. All you got to do is do a little bit of research. And to see politicians come out and act like this was worse than slavery, to act like these people are being whipped, this is the most horrid scene that they've ever seen in their lives, and they are just projecting a lie. And as you notice, they're all saying the same thing.
Right.
They all are coming back to our history of racism in the Black community when these are Haitian people who are invading a country.
Right.
And they're not getting whipped, it's clear.
And so obviously now what happened, of course, was the photographer who is not even on the conservative side of the political spectrum came out and said they were just not being whipped. And it's just a weird angle. Captured the migrant photos, says agents didn't use whips. And now we actually...
I haven't seen that video, guys, so I honestly don't know. If it's I don't know to form my own opinion to say how I feel about that because I honestly have not seen it yet. So, I'm gonna go check that out though, most definitely, so I could, give my own opinion.
have the full video so you can actually see what happened and how the media is still trying to lie about it.
Oh, here goes the video right here. I don't have to look no further.
He's grabbing him by the shirt, and he's got
Worse
the
than
horse
slavery.
rein. Yeah, horse
Worse than
rein
slavery.
still trying to grab him by the shirt. Okay, Hawk, your thoughts?
I'm afraid I can't give people the response that they would want. I see Haitians. I see people whose country has been ravaged by atrocity after atrocity, earthquakes, hurricanes, the Clintons, these people are hopeless, and they are trying to make it to the land of opportunity. I'm not having a whole debate, but as a Christian, I feel compassion for those people. The imagery, when it first hit, looked terrible, right? Now, even looking at this, it does evoke. I would love for you all to look up a study by the American Psychology Association about racial trauma, right? Because it's really a thing, and it has a similar effect as PTSD. Any soldiers out there, you might know what I'm talking about. But with that PTSD, looking at this, it makes me think about slavery. Okay. Now, they came out with and I'm gonna finish quick with respect. The story about the whips, I was like, wow, this is effing horrible, right? But I see people in a really destitute, 15,000 people who are starving, who are just seeking a better opportunity. And I see them being exploited by the media, by this administration. Listen, when the Mexicans were at the border and Trump was in office, all of these same Democrats, AOC, Pelosi, Schumer, they all ran to the border, right? Trump is the worst person in the world. But I was the one standing up in the dark, the lone voice saying Obama's immigration policies were atrocious. Trump's doing the same thing. Now Biden's doing it all over again. And flip-flopping Kamala 2 months ago said, I can't do anything about immigration. It's out of my hands. It's too much to handle. The fact of the matter is, Democrats nor Republicans have figured out immigration, period.
I would say, yeah, well, we didn't have this going on when Trump was president, though, obviously. The numbers that are coming in right now are like nothing we've ever seen before. And I think a wall would work, but also maybe not because they're taking flights. Yeah, why do you think they're coming now?
What?
Those Haitians weren't,
Yeah,
there
why
were
do you think they're coming now?
thousands coming to the border when Trump was president.
Yeah, but-
like, people come to America.
We did not have a surge.
People come to America. Most
Okay.
of the people here
Let's be realistic.
today.
We did not have a surge of Haitians showing up at our
All right.
border when Trump was president. So I'm just asking a question.
I'm
Why do you
sorry,
think they're
y'all.
coming now?
You know what? The world is in a destitute place. We were ravaged by COVID, whether you believe in COVID or not. The economy was shut down. There's been a lot of problems. Like, America has a problem with Black migrants, with migrants of color. When they were rounding people up, I didn't see one Russian person in handcuffs. Like when we had the raids in New York, when I used to have to go to make sure that ICE wasn't beating the crap out of people, it wasn't in white neighborhoods. So you mean to tell me white people aren't here illegally?
America has a problem with Black immigrants. Are you or brown immigrants? What are you saying? I want to get this straight from you.
Well, I don't.
Are you including Mexicans?
Yes.
Do you know that they account for over 50% of all of our immigrants? So we have a problem with over 50% of all of our immigrants?
But what about the Asian immigrants?
Well, they can't run over the border, so they actually come in legally.
So
Asia's pretty far.
Wait. We've been here before.
Yeah.
We've been
It's
here
the
before.
person
How many-
There are
laughing
two
for me.
borders. People sneak into this country of all walks of life. Stop making.
How many illegal Asian immigrants do you think we have in America?
Give people the truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
Everybody comes into the country,
Loud
and
cars.
Democrats and Republicans alike make these exploitative mockeries of immigration by just pointing to the ones who are of color, who are politically
That's
poignant.
not true.
Listen,
African immigrants come here
when we
illegally.
talk- when
No,
we-
this is just
when-
not true. Hulk, I can't just let you say
we
something that
just
just
make-
makes no sense, okay?
African
immigrants come here legally. Asian immigrants come here legally. They're separated by oceans, so yes, that's the
African
reason
people
why.
come here illegally as well. What are
But
you
not
talking
in the
about?
issue that we have right now. Not in a
What-
surge. Yes,
what
there
do
are
you-
some.
what do you-
Yes, there
like,
are
what are
some
you
illegal
saying?
African immigrants. There aren't 200,000 at the border trying to come in. Okay, that just is not what's happening. Be realistic.
You
It is
paint
the
with
illegal
these-
immigration problem is almost exclusively a problem that's happening at the south of the border.
You paint with these wide brushes and you deny people the truth.
You're
know
not
what?
painting with
Do me
any
a favor
brushes
to
right
everybody
now.
who's watching. Stop listening to people on TV and read a effing book.
Okay,
Go
let me-
out
let me-
there,
I brought
up Thomas
go
Sowell,
and
you
use
told me.
Google.
Let me
and
jump
figure
in.
these
I
things
brought up
out
3 Thomas
yourself.
Sowell
Let me jump in.
Lord, I don't know what to say. It's just a lot of back and forth. It's just a lot of debates. Be a lot of talking at each other. One person trying to prove that what they're saying is right. The other person trying to prove that what they're saying is right, and this and that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, like, as I'm taking a deeper dive into Candace, I'm understanding more of the type of person she is, and she most definitely will research and come with the facts. That's every video that I've seen of Candace so far. She always has some facts to back up what she was saying, so that was pretty interesting. And then if she didn't know something, she'll tell you, "Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that further," type of thing.
Listen, Thomas
I
Sowell.
brought up 3
Awesome.
Thomas Sowell books, and you shut
Thomas-
those down too. So
Thomas-
do you what
Thomas
do you
Sowell.
want?
Let me interject. Right?
John Henry Clark.
Let me interject.
Let's talk about Black authors who I read. Like, I'm a huge fan of James Baldwin. Like, just because I don't read thank you. You can clap. You can clap. It's all right. It's all right to be a lone person in the majority.
No, but-
It's really okay. It's real, especially when people are trying to suppress your thoughts.
Nobody is suppressing your thoughts. I'm suppressing what is actually incorrect, and I'm correcting it, and you're getting upset. And when I correct it with an actual book, you say that book is not good enough. And then when I correct it with an actual fact, you say go read a book.
This is very simple. We have immigration laws. It's very simple. If you want to come through a port of entry. Nobody gets rejected at a port of entry. You go through a proceeding. Now, if you go under the fence, you go over the fence, you start getting caught out on the Rio Grande, yeah, you're going to get detained. It's very simple. It's very simple. We can work on some of our immigration laws, but we do allow more immigrants in our country than any other country in the world. Millions a year, legally.
And the overwhelming majority are immigrants of color. So I'm slapping down your lie that we're somehow
let's
racist in terms of the immigrants that we're accepting.
No, but you stop talking when she talks. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
You've been talking for like, you got a whole show going on.
He choosing not to talk. Officer Tatum, you're choosing not to talk, sir. If you had something to say, you would have been in the stead. And now, y'all go ahead, y'all get to the point. What y'all trying to say?
I'm just gonna say this.
It's like a breath of fresh air to some.
When we talk about racism and you talk about the bias against people of color, I mean, the Border Patrol agents are 60% Hispanic. So most of the Border Patrol are people of color in the first place. So I don't believe in the racism that you are portraying. When I look at what happens with AOC and them running to the border when Trump was in office because they were trying to draw attention to make Trump look bad. Now they don't want to go to the border because they don't want you to know what's happening. You're talking about 15,000 people, not only
The audacity.
Now taking a hiatus.
Yeah, I'm sorry about these ads. I keep saying I'm gonna do YouTube Premium. I get off YouTube and forget.
Not only have they came over here illegally, not only have they breached and pretty much invaded our country, they do not have satisfactory conditions that they're living in. We cannot offer them proper food. We cannot offer them proper housing. We cannot offer them safety. And the reason why they're coming
we can do that for Afghanistan.
Listen, the reason why they're coming here is because our administration is pretty much telling them it's an open border. You come here, you get in, you have amnesty. That is the reason why they're coming here and putting their lives on the line.
I'm with you, right? I'm with you. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
I think that was like 40 seconds right there. I did that in 40 seconds.
I'm gonna do it real quick. I'm gonna do it real quick.
No, he's not.
As a Christian.
No, he's not.
Probably won't, right? As a Christian.
Like a black pastor.
As a Christian, if people are fleeing political persecution.
I like how they can still be, a little humorous during this debate.
They're fleeing a country ravaged and devastated. I have a heart. I care about people. Now, if you want to talk about this country, the Democrats saying, "Hey, it's an open border," it's a lie, bro. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Let them say. This is why I can't finish in 40 seconds.
No, understand.
Listen, you're saying they're encouraging them, saying them that it's open
What
borders.
I'm saying is a lie.
The problem is what politicians say to you and what they actually do is not a new concept. That's American as apple pie. So they're saying, yes, when Trump is in office, come. Now, they're in power. They're like, stop. I can't do anything for you. Like, I'm not here to argue politics. I just love people.
Yeah. I also want to say that to that point earlier that you said about PTSD, what did you say, post-black syndrome or something, which is akin to people in the military. Racial trauma. And you said when you saw these lips, same with slavery, which you said is akin to PTSD of people that were in the military. And you said it's a similar thing that you experienced when you at first thought that people were being whipped. The Haitians were being whipped.
Imagery has an effect.
Imagery has an effect. I do want to also say, just like out of respect to the military men that have PTSD, they actually served in the war. You were not actually a slave. I find that to be a bit offensive.
Wait.
The last thing I want to say.
No.
The last thing I want to say.
You absolutely,
it's ridiculous to say that you have PTSD means a trauma that you.
Let me go back a little bit.
I just love people.
Yeah. I also want to say to that point earlier that you said about PTSD, what did you say, post-black syndrome or something, which is akin to people in the military. Racial trauma. And you said when you saw these whips, same with slavery, which you said is akin to PTSD of people that were in the military. And you said it's a similar thing that you experienced when you at first thought that people were being whipped. The Haitians were being whipped.
Imagery has an effect.
Imagery has an effect. I do want to also say, just like out of respect to the military men that have PTSD, they actually served in the war. You were not actually a slave. I find that to be a bit offensive. The last thing I want to say.
No.
The last thing I want to say.
You absolutely,
it's ridiculous to say that you have PTSD means a trauma that you suffered, that you experienced.
I will not allow that to ride.
You weren't a slave. You don't have PTSD from slavery.
And racist system.
Where were you whipped? Where were you whipped at a horse whip?
Under the 13th Amendment of the United States
with a law degree
Constitution.
And no education.
When you bash
from
people
slavery,
like Naomi Osaka, who has mental issues, you bash people with mental illness. That's what you do.
And you just
trying to spin the story here.
You bash people who have mental illness, so of course you would dismiss
what? I think it is a mental illness if you
trauma.
think that you're suffering from PTSD from slavery. You've never been a slave. I'm not bashing you. I'm just calling it out. That PTSD, do not correlate it to the military men who are suffering from something they actually experienced.
And you have a platform where...
Okay, so let me just say that I do see Candace's point, but I don't really, I don't remember his name. Y'all, please don't yell at me. I don't want to get it wrong by saying what I think it is, because this is my first time actually seeing him besides in part 1. But at the same time, PTSD is something that, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, it could come from different things. Just because someone may have not been an actual slave back then, you know, during slavery times, that does not mean that they didn't maybe have certain experiences that, you know, make them like this, or just certain things. People can have PTSD from real trauma. It could have been some similar situations or something that could have happened. You know what I'm saying? That could have had them, you know, they could have developed it. Or, you know, it's just different reasons. It's just, I don't be surprised. I just keep saying but I don't be surprised anymore about just certain things in the world, because it just be a whole bunch of stuff that you would have never guessed that just be happening. And I'm not going to downplay any type of situation, but I do understand what Candace is saying. But at the same time, I'm just saying that it's just be unusual situations going on. Some people suffer from different reasons of PTSD, and that's just what it is. That's just my opinion.
To tell people the truth, but you make a lot of money spewing these lies.
But you got 3 black people up here that are in this.
Tons of money.
It's such a racist country.
I live in the South Bronx,
and we got 3 black people who are very
congressional district in America. I live in the poorest congressional district
what you're seeing right now is something called the Oppression Olympics. So he's trying to win the Oppression Olympics. Like, I'm poor. Well, when I was a kid, I wasn't fed a sandwich.
I'm just saying, I'm not the feminine Republican version of Al Sharpton.
By Hawk Newsom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time.
The female.
Y'all, this hurt my head. She joking, being sarcastic. He being serious, trying to get his point across. And it's just... somebody need just one at a time, y'all. One at a time. I'm sorry for y'all that got headphones, but one at a time.
Sure to keep up with Brandon and Hawk on social media. Thank you both for joining us. Can we go back up? I gotta just get this.
And look at those big diamond earrings and that big diamond ring.
These are fake.
Don't be mad, bashing black people.
These are fake.
Oh, bashing black people. Boo me. I love it.
You sound like a hater.
I'm not mad, but I don't like people hustling black people. That's the problem with black leadership.
You're in the Black Lives Matter movement.
For sale.
Am I allowed to wrap the segment? You can yell right after. They're still going to be here.
Go for it.
But I got to wrap the segment. Then you can insult, talk about your trauma from slavery. Okay.
See, bashing people's mental illness. That's what she does. And then she'll apologize on Twitter later.
No, I'm not. At least you're admitting that it's a mental illness. When the community comes after her, when psychologists come after her, she'll apologize on Twitter later. I have never once apologized on Twitter. You clearly don't follow Candace Owens. She'll apologize. I guarantee you will this time. Brandon, name one time I apologized on Twitter.
I can't.
Not in 4 years.
No, they're veiled. She'll like lightly apologize and then throw an insult. It's like, I'm not really apologizing, but here's a little something to make you feel better about what I said. Okay, fine. I'll apologize now. Guys, I am sorry that we are out of time. Make sure to keep up with Brandon and Hawk on social media. Thank you both for joining us today. Thanks for joining me on this segment of Candace. If you liked this video...
All right, so we're going to end this video right there. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's just... you know, with these debates and stuff, like, I really wanted to hear more of what Huck was saying, and I wanted to hear more of a response. It just seemed as if, like, when one asks a question, the other one would indirectly kind of answer it, type of thing. So, and it's just a lot of, you know, so I'm trying to get down to the nitty-gritty. But I do see a lot of points that were made from both sides, I would say. But I'm not really just taking anybody's side on anything. I'm just gonna keep diving deeper, and that's just what it is. So if you guys enjoyed this reaction video, go ahead and like this video up, y'all. Give the thumbs up to the video. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction video just as much as I enjoyed reacting to it. Comment down below, guys. Give me more things that you guys would like to see me react to on this channel. You know, I be paying attention to y'all. I try to interact with each and every one of y'all. We're not that big of a channel yet. We on the road to 5,000 subs. We almost there, y'all. But also, guys, as always, I appreciate you guys for coming through and coming to vibe out with me, kick it with me, whatever you may say. And on the way out, guys, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and ring that bell so when I drop a new video, you guys will know. Y'all, I'm cold, I'm freezing. I need to take a hot shower or something. But anyway, until next time.